Okay. Well, here we are, Mandy and I just leaving the fuel berth at Elizabeth Marina here in St Helier, our home port. We're off on our summer holidays, 30th of June 2022, around about 9 o'clock at night. It's a bit more twilighty in real life than it looks on the film. The GoPro flatters the light levels. We're just into a flood tide. We're about an hour and a half in. There's something like, I don't know, 3.5 metres, 3.75 metres over the gate, so it's time for us to shove off. This is a staging trip that we're doing now. We're just going to run over to Guernsey. It's about 30 miles point to point, and we're going to head into Havelet Bay. Havelet Bay is a spot that we know really well. We'll get there 2:30 a.m, that sort of way, and we'll drop the hook and we'll sit out the remainder of this tide. We'll miss the ebb tide that will follow, and then we'll pick up the next flood, because what we're after doing is we're going to head up to Alderney. Alderney is somewhere that you can't get to in a yacht against the tide. You've got to go with it, you've got to work with the tides properly. So we're going to head up to Alderney, and the plan is that we are going to spend my birthday on Alderney. It's Mandy's birthday today. We're going to spend Mandy's birthday travelling, my birthday on Alderney, and we're going to try and buy a book, a particular book we tried to buy last year on the island by a local author. And that's our mission, is to go and celebrate my birthday and buy a book. And from there we're probably going to head up to Cherbourg, but we'll wait and see. So this leg, just from our marina to Havelet Bay in Guernsey, 5 or 6 hours, drop the hook, spend the night, wait out one tide, work out for the next flood, set sail and catapult ourselves up through to Alderney. So let's see what happens.
Well, here we are in beautiful Guernsey. It's about 8:30 in the morning. We snuck into Havelet Bay last night, and as you can see there are quite a few other boats, but still lots and lots of room. And we've got a prime spot which is right next to the castle, Castle Cornet. And who also snuck in last night is a big cruise ship, and over there are the islands and the sunshine, and I am just about to have Rice Krispies for breakfast before we set off to Alderney.
So here we are. So we're in Guernsey now. First stop of the trip. We sailed overnight. We were beaten up a little bit on the way. There's been a big Atlantic storm, and although the winds weren't bad at all, we had sort of 15 to 18 knots. Most of the time they were on the nose, but it brought in a really big Atlantic swell, the remains of the storm, and they were very steep and breaking tops, which made some of the trip uncomfortable. It was no big deal, it's just that it was uncomfortable. But we arrived at Havelet Bay. So this is Point Corbière, right down the bottom here, and that's where really we start to navigate from. That's the lighthouse. Then we've headed up to the Lower Heads Cardinal Mark, and then turned in and made our run into Havelet Bay. We like to anchor, and Havelet Bay is a smashing place to stop, just here. That was interesting. Coming in and anchoring, we could see a small boat directly ahead of us with an anchor light up, perfectly visible. He was fine. Then we became aware of a second boat to his left, to our port as we were looking at him, who was unlit, and he was quite a big boat, quite a big guy. So we sort of picked our way around. We found somewhere safe to drop the anchor, We know Havelet Bay quite well, so down went the hook, and we just checked we weren't going anywhere. Downstairs for a hot chocolate, and then off to bed. And here we are today, where I find out that actually there were 5 boats in Havelet Bay all night. And it just makes you wonder, why don't people put lights up? Why don't people put anchor lights? It was absolutely pitch black last night, and there was only one guy that stood out. Just makes you wonder why they don't bother. Now, we're going to take our tide from Havelet Bay out into the Russell. You get a really big tidal flow through here, and we want to go north. We're heading to Alderney next, so we'll be coming up through the Russell. The wind's due to change today. Through the day it's going to change round, and we're getting a southwesterly, so it'll be blowing straight up the channel, and we're going to pole out the Genoa, and we're just going to run up through and head off up to Alderney. Looking forward to it. Love Alderney. Alderney's a smashing place to be. Love Guernsey. Guernsey's great, we lived here once, but off to Alderney. We're going to Alderney to buy a book. Going to Alderney to buy a book and celebrate my birthday. Can't wait. So let's see what the day brings.